Hi, everybody. Today, I'm going to tell you what I've learned in my year and 7 months using a GLP-1 medication. In case you don't know me, I'm Lori. This is GLP-1 Journey in Review.
New body, new mind. Congratulations, it's time to shine. Pounds go down, confidence rise. Real talking, no filters, no lies. GLP-1 journey in review. Learn something new. Come join us for great interviews. You. Way down.
Pretty easy. When I started, I knew nothing. I knew crap. And it was a learning process. I started off by getting it from the first pharmacy that I was told about. This was a compound pharmacy, and it obviously wasn't the best one, but I learned. It came warm, came in pre-filled syringes, wasn't a pen or anything like that, and I started losing a lot of weight. So I went from my 2.5, ordered another order of fives, and it came warm. It came in the individual syringes. I tried to call them and talk to them about this, and they're like, "You're in Florida, we're in Florida, what do you expect?" Now, the package came and it seemed like it was in a UPS box, and it looked like it had a hand bag of ice, Ziploc bag with a couple of ice cubes in it, and that's how they sent it. So after doing a little bit more research, I found some other companies and I found some better telehealth companies that provided the GLP-1 medication. I was using tirzepatide, and I went ahead and I ordered through them. Now, they used Red Rock, and it came fine. It came cold. It worked. The only drawback with them is that you had to visit the telehealth provider every time you wanted a refill. Now, that's not a bad idea, but what can you say? I'm a busy person. Sometimes it would take a week to be able to make the appointment, so I went ahead and found another provider. This one seemed to work out great. Everything was fine. So I got that part of it settled. Everything was going good. Then the shortage came and people were scrambling. I still had no problem. Then, as time went along, this telehealth company lost their pharmacy. Now, I'm not going to name them by name, but I know you all know who it was. For some reason, I was super lucky. And whenever I went ahead and did an order, I got my order within 10 days. The only problem that I had was I was signed up for a 3-month subscription and 3 months of medication, and they charged me. And when I went ahead and reordered, they charged me for the single. Now, it took a while to get in touch with them, but they did refund it. Still have not had any problem with them. In the meantime, I changed to another big name pharmacy and had no problem. They were just a little bit more expensive. So I basically stopped them. But at that same time, we heard that compounding was going to come to an end. I was very happy that I actually had a very large amount of compound from the two companies and from constantly ordering from the one company. It doesn't seem like compounding is ending because I have not had any problem getting it. And when I order, usually I have it within 7 days of the order, 10 at the most, sometimes even sooner. So I don't think that is a problem. So now I've covered the pharmacy part. As far as what I learned when I first started taking the medication, I was letting the medication work. Yes, I was eating better, but I really wasn't working out too much. I did work out a little bit because I had always worked out, and I was afraid I was losing muscle. As time went on, after about 3 months, I got into a regular exercise routine. I wasn't doing as much cardio as I was doing, and I actually started doing the strength training. That was one of the biggest mistakes I made at the beginning. I was more concentrated on cardio and a little bit less on strength. I learned strength training is very important because As you gain muscle, rather than lose it, which you can't, the muscle burns more calories. Not a whole heck of a lot, but yes, it is more calories. So, just a little tidbit. I was doing high protein, but I realized I probably wasn't doing high enough protein. So, as time went on, I increased my protein. And a lot of people, I try to basically totally eliminate carbs from my diet, except for the carbs that you got from fruit and vegetables. Now, that was a mistake because you actually need some carbs in your diet to make it a healthy diet. So I learned to incorporate some smarter carbs through the process, such as brown rice, quinoa, some beans, which also have protein, another plus. And I have them not every day, but I'll have them a couple times a week. And I do eat a lot of fruit. So yeah, that does help. My fiber count could be a little bit better. I have lately, within the last couple of months, discovered things like poppy soda. Granted, I'm not a huge soda drinker, but it does contain 5 grams of fiber. I'm not huge on fiber supplements, and I have to watch out because me personally, this is just me personally, when I do take a fiber supplement, I get a little bit bloated and pretty gassy, more than just when I eat them. So I try to eat my fiber, and I've been doing pretty good. So I've learned to balance all of this, and this took me a while. Also, in my journey, I have learned not to panic if you do not lose weight every week because you're gaining muscle. So as my journey went on, I bought a Renfro scale. How accurate are these? Don't know, but let's face it, if it's telling you that you're gaining muscle, the numbers might not be right. But if it tells you you're gaining muscle, you're probably gaining some muscle. I wouldn't take the amounts as totally accurate. Just like every scale is different. If the scale shows that you're gaining or losing, you're gaining or losing. So sometimes accuracy isn't the key. Sometimes it's just a guide. Now, I do weigh myself on several scales, so I do know somewhat of the accuracy. Hydration. I've learned how important hydration is. When I do not drink enough all through my journey, I run into some problems like stalls or even sometimes some minor muscle cramps. And I haven't really had constipation, but sometimes I don't go to the bathroom quite as much. So these are some of the things that I have learned during my journey. Let me know in the comments what you learned in the journey. And if you've liked this or learned something from this, please like it. Please subscribe. I really do appreciate it.